All right, guys, welcome back. This is the Tryin. I got another training video here for how we're going to be kegging the cold brew. I have all the cold brew that's been steeping for the past 22 hours here in this vat underneath me. And we're going to be putting this into a clean keg. Got the clean keg here. This is a 5-gallon. Like I said before, this produces about a 4-gallon output. So I'm going to set this on the ground, obviously face up, so that we can easily put the tube into it. Now, the tricky part with this system, because it doesn't have a valve, is that there's already cold brew in this line. So we're going to have to try to pinch it and try to make sure that we don't make a big old mess everywhere. But I'm going to grab a rag just in case. All right, so I got the keg down below. I got to get, oh, it's already making a little bit of a mess. I don't know if you see the difference here. There's that cold brew is in there already. I'm gonna put it down into the keg and just let it go. So now it is going down into it. It's making some silly sounds, which is no big deal. And then once it gets almost done, it will make some other sounds, or you'll see that there's no more liquid flowing through it. But you're going to want to tip it over to make sure you're getting the last little bit out. And we're also going to squeeze the bag that's inside of it a little bit just to get any last little bit of goodness of that cold brew out. So for this part, I would recommend getting some gloves. I'm going to go ahead and put those on. This finished draining as much as it could without more assistance. So I'm going to grab my gloves. I'm going to grab a trash can over here. Take the lid off, and inside we got the bag of the coffee grounds that are still saturated. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the zip ties off, so that way I don't accidentally throw these away, which, trust me, I've accidentally done that. Other people have too. And we're using reusable zip ties, so we just got to pull it through. So I'm going to set those to the side, and then I'm going to try squeezing the bag without letting any grounds out, just a little bit. Let any last little bit through without bursting the bag. Don't hulk this because you can make a giant mess. But I don't know if you can see here, yep, there's a stream going on. And we're gonna throw this away into that trash bag. And now I'm gonna want to tilt this forward so that it creates a siphon and lets the last little bit out. I don't know if you can hear that from my angle, but it's definitely filling up quite a bit more. All right, now I think that we got as much out as we can. So now that we did that part, just gonna pull this tube back out. Try not to make a mess if there's any leftover liquid on it. And then I'm going to ring this around the handle again, just in case there's anything left I don't want it to dump out when I carry it. I'm going to put this lid back on. I'm going to take the tape off because I labeled it and throw that tape away. And I also can throw the gloves away. Don't need these anymore. So you're just going to want to wash the vat and the reusable ties. Just a normal dish soap wash with a sponge. And then for us, we have a 3-sink compartment, so sanitize it as well, and it'll be good to go for the next one. You're gonna need to get the tool for the keg stem that goes in there. We're gonna grab that stem now, put this in. Oh, by the way, this is after I already moved the used vat and any other dishes away, so that way I didn't have to worry about those anymore. And I put the trash can back too. So now, this is a ratchet, so I need to turn it the right way and make sure I just go ahead and tighten this up. I'm gonna apply some pressure into the center. So now this is pretty much just hand tight. I'm gonna put my feet around the bottoms and just tighten it a little bit more. Not too much, just a little bit more. All right, so now this is on here. The only other thing that we need to do now is we're gonna label it. And the way that we're gonna label this is I'm gonna use a little bit of masking tape. I'm gonna put it on the side And what we do is I'm going to put what type of bean it is. So this is a Guatemala, so I'm going to put Guat, G-U-A-T. Today is the 27th, I believe. Yeah, the 27th. So I'm going to put 4/27 dash, and then I'm going to add 2 months, 6/27. Now, we should not be holding on to this for 2 months because we only make a certain amount to have backup, but it will be good in refrigeration and kegged and under pressure and all that for roughly 2 to 3 months is what I hear the argument. So I just put 2 months on there just to be safe. But just so you can see it, this is what I ended up doing. I just labeled this here. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put it in the backup fridge until it's time to use this on the tap. So that's pretty much everything when it comes to kegging the cold brew. It's just you got to make sure you store it properly, make sure it's refrigerated, and then make sure that you clean what you used. Same day, please, so that way the residue doesn't build up and get gunky and make it harder for the next person when they're closing and they realize they got to clean it instead. So whoever's doing this, hopefully you can just, once you put that keg into the refrigerator, hopefully you can walk back into the sink area, the dish pit, and just go ahead and clean it out. So that's pretty much it for this step. Real quick, just to let you guys know that if you have your own business or your own restaurant that you're going to be using this, I do have a downloadable template of this procedure on my website. I'm going to have it linked down below. Also, if you want to learn more about the different coffee practices and how to do things, I'm going to have a playlist linked over here so you could check that out too. If you felt this information was helpful to you, I would love a thumbs up on the video if you could. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments or anything that you would like to see a procedure on. And please feel free to subscribe if you'd like to follow along on my journey. Thank you so much.